I think whoever wins this Indiana-Oregon game, though, that QB is going to be number one in the Heisman odds.
Personally, and I saw a tweet that I personally agree. If you gave Ty Simpson Arch's last name, Ty Simpson would be number one in the Heisman voting right now without a question. Ty Simpson is, I think, the most pure passing quarterback in college football right now. I didn't believe it going into the Georgia game, but what I saw in that game, the reads he was making, the way he scanned the field, and I don't want to sound like I'm glazing this kid because it's still, I hate Alabama, but Ty Simpson looks really good. I think you guys have a true winner in that guy.
Yeah, I'm
But
going to say, just to close out my remark on this Indiana game, give me Indiana on the points. It's going to be close. I agree with what Dylan said, and I think you made some good points too, Mal. This is going to be a must watch. But I will stand by whoever wins this game, that quarterback is going to be the favorite for the Heisman. Back to Ty Simpson. There was certain conversations I had in this game, just sitting there in between quarters, timeouts, whatever. You turn around, start talking to some of the other Bama fans, and we're sitting there like saying like, what on God's green earth did our quarterback coach and offensive coordinator see the past 3 years?
Yeah.
Between Jalen Milroe, and I love Milroe. I had a lot of fun with him, but couldn't finish the job. He couldn't take care of the fucking football.
Put it on a T-shirt. Jalen Milroe couldn't finish.
Nope. Ty Simpson, though, this guy, in comparison to what I've seen from Milroe the past
This guy
two and a
can
half
finish.
seasons, it is just incredible. I was genuinely asking these fellow Alabama fans around me, like, dude, what could we have been looking at? Like, we watch these games. I mean, they're with him every day in practice, and Ty can use his legs too. It's not like Ty's a pure passer. He can run a little. So it is just it's really stunning, to be honest. And from what I've seen, he's got to keep his head down and keep grinding because he lost week one, and we had everybody in the world telling us how bad we were. So at least for me, I feel like I'm still in week one. Like people think we're ass. Ty Simpson's probably in the same boat. It's just the Alabama mentality, like we lose a game early in the season and people laugh at us and point and think it's funny, and we woke up a little bit, and Ty definitely has taken that with a chip on his shoulder, and that's all I'll say. I think this is a good segue to the Missouri game, but
well, I was wanting to make a point. You mentioned Carson Beck there, and where we talk about Ty Simpson with his legs, that's where Carson Beck kind of fails. And from a passing standpoint, I mean, Beck has kind of regressed this year a little bit from a passing standpoint. Very, very similar to his start with Georgia through the first 5 games last year. I mean, 1,200 yards compared to 1,300 last year, 12 touchdowns to 11, 3 interceptions to 3 interceptions. So all of these Miami fans are coming out saying, Carson Beck, we fixed Carson Beck, we fixed Carson Beck. No, you really didn't. I mean, you have the same Carson Beck that you had last year. Carson Beck is a great quarterback, but where he lacks is the fact that he has negative rushing yards this year. He is not a mobile quarterback, and that's what you need.
Ring security cameras, but yes.
Well, that and obviously lacking a Lambo now since that got stolen. I don't know. Did they ever find that?
And a Cavender.
Yeah, and a Cavender.
I don't know.
This is why we had to. This is why we had to scrap our joke segment, because we just are much better on the fly like this.
Yeah, if we write
ring
jokes,
ring doorbell.
Yeah,
but I think he also plays in a much weaker league in the ACC than the SEC. And I was looking ahead at Miami's schedule. They don't play Georgia Tech. They don't play Virginia. They don't play another one in there that I'm missing.
They do play Clemson.
I'd have
they do play Clemson, but they aren't playing like these really good ACC teams. Virginia's been great this year, for the record. They don't play them. I would love to see Miami just go ahead and give Virginia an L, because that's what would happen. But they're playing these weak opponents, and they're going to get their stats boosted. It's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't typically like to let stuff get under my skin like that from opposing fan bases, but that just kind of got under my skin. Like, they're out here acting like Carson Beck is the next coming, and statistically, he has not been any better than last year. And Miami fans are going to be like, oh, you hadn't watched the product on the field. I've watched, I think, 3 Miami games in full this year, the one Saturday, and yeah, he looks good, but it's nothing I haven't seen him do at Georgia. So, I mean, that's just, I'll close my point on that, but yeah, just kind of weird. I don't know if they're coping for something. I don't really know, but just a strange situation revolving around Carson and their savior complex with him.
The Pass Club, the Pass Club, the Pass Club.